Bill Richmond. I'm the owner and chief worm wrangler of the Adirondack Worm Farm. We raise composting worms, red wigglers in particular, to process manure and other wastes and turn it into basically a fertilizer that's all natural. We also do a curbside collection service where we take families' food waste and compost it here and have great compost available for gardeners. The benefit of composting is that you are taking what many people think of as garbage and actually utilizing it for its best purpose. It also helps lower the carbon footprint because compost is very helpful in keeping water in and keeping carbon dioxide in the ground. So when we build a pile, we use the ratio of enough carbon material and enough nitrogen material, mix them together, add water, and then the microbes do all the work. You want to check that pile. If you have a large enough pile, you'll get a hot temperature, which will kill any weed seeds and things, and then you'll be able to monitor that. Then you turn the pile to introduce more oxygen, because the microbes that you want are the aerobic microbes that need oxygen. The anaerobic microbes, the ones that don't use oxygen, are the ones that make things stinky and aren't good. Once that's done, then you can sift that material, because there's always going to be some larger, harder, woody pieces that aren't going to break down when the rest of the stuff has broken down. And you sift that out, and then you have great compost, and you can use that in your garden. When you're going to use your either traditional compost that's ready or your vermicast that we call it, which is essentially the castings, the worm poop, you want to sift it out and get it to a finer state, because that's more helpful when you're planting, putting it around your garden. So there's a couple of ways to do it. For people that are doing it on their own, if you have a worm bin, you turn that out onto a table or onto the ground, and either using the sun or some light source, you set it up in a mound, and then the worms don't like the light, so they will dig into that mound. And then you scrape the material away from that until you see worms, and then you wait a little bit, maybe 10 minutes. The worms that you start to see are going to notice the light and say, hey, we want to get back into the center of that pile where there's no light. You repeat that process a couple of times, you'll have all of the castings and the vermicast material separated out, and you'll have a ball of worms that you can then start your worm bin over again. Vermicomposting helps to reduce the carbon footprint of your household while allowing you to grow better fruits and vegetables and flowers in your garden.